Bobby Orr was not just a defenseman. He forced the NHL to rethink what checking means. In the season of 1969 to 1970, he produced 120 points with 33 goals and 87 assists, and took the Hart Trophy, Art Ross Trophy, and Norris Trophy, then added the Conn Smythe Trophy and the Stanley Cup. The next year he soared to 139 points, including 102 assists and a plus 124 rating. In the season of 1974 to 1975, Orr led league with 135 points. So why was he so hard to contain? Here is how NHL players explain it. Ken Dryden, the Hall of Fame goaltender for Montreal, described a problem that every defender understands. Against Bobby Orr, the fear was not one clean move. The fear was the moment Orr gathered the puck in the neutral zone and the entire shape of the defense started to drift backward. When a team backpedals as a unit, gaps open, sticks reach instead of bodies, and the blue line stops being a line and becomes a soft edge. Even a small hesitation turned into a 2-on-1, because Orr read the second defender and moved the puck before contact arrived. Dryden explained that Orr could make 5 players feel as if they were moving in reverse, even when they wanted to stand their ground. That is what made containing him so different from checking a star forward. Orr was a defenseman who arrived with speed, but also with timing. He waited until the lanes were just narrow enough, then he attacked the smallest seam and pulled the rest of the rush with him. The result was simple. If you chased him, you lost your spacing. If you held your spacing, he carried the puck deeper and forced a collapse. Either way, he made the defending team react first. And when a team reacts first, Orr is already one step ahead. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our other exciting videos. Your support truly means a lot to us. Thank you very much. In 2017, in an NHL.com feature on the 100 greatest players, Phil Esposito explained why Bobby Orr was so difficult to contain. Orr did not skate at full speed every second. He saved his burst for the exact moment it mattered. A defender would close the gap, reach for contact, and Orr would shift to another gear, turning one stride into separation and separation into a clean lane. For Esposito, the real nightmare was that speed matched with control. Orr did not simply beat you wide, he beat your timing. He carried the puck with his head up, waited for the second defender to lean, then moved the puck before a body check could land. In the NHL, being late by a fraction becomes a clear scoring chance. Esposito also told a shorthanded story that showed Orr's calm under pressure. On the penalty kill, meaning defending while down a player, Orr retrieved the puck behind his own net and was challenged immediately. In the scramble, he lost a glove, but he stayed upright, kept the puck, and slipped out of trouble. He skated up ice to burn time, then doubled back to recover the glove without giving up possession. Moments later, he turned that survival into attack. So when opponents tried to contain Orr, they faced 2 problems at once. If they backed off, he advanced with speed and vision. If they attacked, he escaped the first touch and created danger before help could arrive. Darryl Sittler faced elite defenders and elite attackers, but he said Bobby Orr had a different kind of speed. It was not only fast, it was adjustable. Orr could skate at a calm pace, draw you into closing the gap, then raise the tempo to whatever level the moment demanded. That change happens before your feet can reset. He could also change direction without slowing, so a body check arrived a half step late and missed entirely. For a defender, the hardest part is deciding when to commit. If you step up too early, Orr slips past your stick and enters the offensive zone with room. If you wait, he carries the puck to the blue line, forces you to retreat, and opens passing lanes behind you. Either choice feeds his timing. Sittler's point is simple. Against Orr, speed is not a straight line. It is a switch. The checker thinks he has Orr lined up, then the puck is gone and Orr is already inside your structure. Containment becomes reaction, and reaction is losing. Gordie Howe respected skill more than hype, and his view of Bobby Orr explains why checking Orr felt pointless. Howe said Orr could lead an attack like a forward, then still be the first man back on defense. That combination breaks a plan. Teams often try to bait an offensive defenseman into pushing too deep, then counter into the space he leaves. With Orr, that trap rarely worked, because he could recover the ice in seconds and erase the advantage he had created. It also changed how opponents committed on the forecheck. If you pressed hard, Orr could slip past the first pressure and turn the play up ice. If you held back, he had time to scan, accelerate, and choose the exit. Either way, your best chance was to force him to give the puck up early. But even that was risky, because Orr would join the next wave and arrive again before you were set. Howe's message was clear. Orr did not trade offense for defense. He carried both at the same speed. Eddie Johnston coached and evaluated players, and his view of Bobby Orr cuts to the point. People argued about whether Orr defended in the old physical way. Johnston's answer was that the best defense is not always a hit. Sometimes the best defense is having the puck because the other team cannot score without it. Johnston went further and described Orr's control plainly. He said Orr could make hockey feel like a 40-minute game, because Orr could have the puck for 20 minutes of it. In his era, possession tracking did not exist on broadcasts, but the meaning was obvious. When Orr controlled the puck, the game tilted quickly. A defender wants to finish a check. When your team is down a player, you want a turnover. But Orr kept the puck moving and kept himself moving, so contact arrived after the decision. He could also hold the puck long enough to change the rhythm of a shift. If you chased him, you opened lanes and lost spacing. If you stayed disciplined, he carried the puck deeper, pulled you inward, and found the pass that broke structure. So the challenge was not only stopping a rush, it was taking the puck from a player who treated possession as protection. Harry Sinden coached the Boston Bruins and watched Bobby Orr turn defense into attack without warning. Sinden said that in one brilliant night, Orr could show 30 moves that nobody had seen before. That line is not about fancy tricks. It is about options. Orr did not skate into the same lane twice. He read the first defender, then read the second defender, and he changed the answer at the last instant. A defender wants certainty. You want to angle the puck carrier to the boards, close the gap, and finish the play. Orr broke that sequence. He could fake a carry and slip a pass through the seam. He could slow down to pull you forward, then cut behind your stick. He could look off a winger, then hit the weak side with perfect timing. Every choice forced you to commit, and every commitment opened something else. Sinden's point explains why teams felt helpless. You could prepare for speed, and you could prepare for strength. But how do you prepare for a player who always has another solution still ready and finds it before you can react? Punch Imlach was not a man who handed out compliments easily, which is why his reaction to Bobby Orr matters. In early February 1969, Sports Illustrated published a feature on Orr by Mark Mulvoy, and the Toronto Maple Leafs coach admitted something rare for a rival during that season. When Orr skated past his bench, Imlach said he would turn away so he would not have to watch. That is not just humor. It is a coach describing helplessness in real time. Orr attacked in waves, and you could feel the next surge before it arrived. Even if your best checker stayed tight, Orr could shift speed, change angle, and move the puck before contact. Imlach's line captures the core problem. You could see the danger coming and still struggle to stop it. In May 1974, after Philadelphia won the Stanley Cup at the Spectrum, Flyers coach Fred Shero explained the series plainly. Boston had Bobby Orr, a player who could change everything by himself. Philadelphia, Shero said, countered with 17 players, so the matchup became 17 against 1. That line matters because it reveals how teams had to think about containing Orr. Shero did not talk about one checker winning a duel. He talked about a system that denied Orr the runway he wanted. One part was exhausting. Philadelphia repeatedly dumped the puck toward Orr's side, forcing him to skate back, turn, and start again. The second part was about traffic. When Boston fed Orr for the controlled exit and the next wave, Shero had his forward line swirl in front of the net, acting like roadblocks in Orr's path. The goal was not to hit him once. The goal was to make every lane feel crowded, so Orr had to give the puck up earlier than he wanted. Discipline was the price. If one forward chased too deep, Orr found the seam behind him. If one defenseman stepped up alone, Orr slipped past, and created 2 attackers against 1 defender before help could arrive. Even then, Orr still created chances. Shero's lesson is that the best answer was never a single defender. Against Orr, containment was a full team decision, repeated every shift with no lapses at all. Put all 8 voices together and the pattern is clear. Ken Dryden felt a whole team drift backward the moment Orr gathered speed. Phil Esposito saw bursts that arrived exactly on time, plus puck control that survived pressure. Daryl Sittler described the gear change that makes a checker miss by half a step. Gordie Howe respected the rare mix of leading the rush and still being first back on defense. Eddie Johnston framed it as possession, because you cannot check what you cannot take. Harry Sinden focused on options, the extra solution that appears before you react. Punch Imlach admitted that sometimes you could not even bear to watch. Fred Shero proved the closest answer was a full team plan, repeated with perfect discipline. Now it is your turn. Where do you rank Bobby Orr among the greatest players in NHL history? And what made him hardest to contain in your view? Speed, timing, or puck control? Share your answer in the comments and tell me which legend you want next.